So, we've been asked by one of our viewers, how do we record the long video footage from the Switch? We do a lot of videos from the Nintendo Switch, particularly on Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. How do we get those long sequences? Now, the Nintendo Switch itself comes with the ability to record footage, but it restricts you to 30-second captures, which is fine for sharing small little clips with your friends and stuff. But when you're trying to do a walkthrough video or show epic moments and sequences of your successes and or failures, how do you do that? So it's actually not that difficult, and in this video we're going to just quickly walk through how we do it and what we think is the best way of achieving this. Hopefully by the end of this you can all go out and start recording your long footage sequences from the Switch and uploading them to YouTube. So this is the setup that everyone starts with when they hook in the Switch. You basically connect the Switch to the TV via an HDMI cable and away you go. You start playing Tears of the Kingdom and it's fine. So we need to change this in order to actually record video in a way that's longer than 30 seconds. So this is the simplest way that we found of doing this, and this is with an HDMI capture device. These are simple little gizmos that you can buy from Amazon. There are a variety of makes, and essentially they convert the HDMI data stream into a USB, and therefore you can plug it into your laptop or your computer and stream the video directly into your computer. As long as you couple this with a recording piece of software, we use OBS, there are alternatives. You can then stream the data directly in and record it directly. You can also then see it on the screen as you're playing. Now, I want to spend a bit of time to show you what this actually looks like on your screen. This now shows what you see on your laptop screen as you're playing Zelda via this device. Now, it's not bad. You can pretty much play the game when looking at the screen like this. However, there are some slight issues with this, and we're going to look at these now. The biggest problem with this approach is that sometimes you get a bit of lag. The capture device feeding into your computer sometimes is a bit slow compared to the Switch. That means that sometimes your movements is slightly off from what the game actually thinks it is. Now, OBS actually records the video without too much of a problem, but it doesn't display it on its little screen well. So when we look at the actual footage recorded, it's alright. Sometimes there's slight delays, but it's not as bad as the little window you sit if you're trying to play via OBS. That doesn't really work. You get delays and jumpy frames, and it makes it impossible because you can't actually fight enemies, go into bullet time, all the rest of it, because you're a second behind where the Switch thinks you are. So this doesn't really work as a system. Also, as an aside, you're now playing on a smaller screen if you're using a laptop rather than your big TV screen. So the next method solves all these problems. And here it is. So this is similar to the last setup, but now we've introduced a new little device, the HDMI splitter. Again, you can get these off Amazon and other places as well. What you want is something that converts one input into two outputs. What this means is that the output from the Switch gets split, and one of the channels goes to the TV and the other channel goes to your HDMI capture device and into your laptop as before. This is then the best of both worlds. You can sit and play the Switch and the signal gets sent straight to the TV screen, so you play as normal. There's no lag, it's perfect. Simultaneously, the message is also getting sent to your computer and the computer's recording it. There may be some lag on that recording, but it doesn't stop you playing the game perfectly. So we found this works excellently and allows us to record the footage, play the game as we would per normal, whilst the computer's sitting there in the background recording it. So yeah, this is the best system and the recommended setup. There's only one thing we'd add to this, and that's the final setup as a slight amendment. So this is the last setup, and the only change is the microphone. Now, you don't need actual commentary from actually whilst you're playing the game. You can add commentary afterwards, that's fine, but we find it's more natural and fun to record some of the commentary as we're playing. The reason we put this on the diagram is to emphasize the point that actually you want this coming in to the computer, or you can record to a separate computer, but you want to make sure actually you record the audio separately from your OBS recording. The reason being is the audio from your mic, you want to be able to actually make that louder or quieter or mute stuff out on that without affecting the audio you're recording from the actual game. So the point is, always record your commentary on a separate audio piece of software. It could be on the same computer, or it could be on a completely different computer, but don't tie it into the OBS recording of the actual game audio, because then you can't separate them if you want to later. Okay. And that's it. That's the setup we use to record all our footage off the Switch. It works very well for us. It's not that expensive. The splitters and the HDMI capture device, you know, together they're less than 100 quid. So it's not a lot of money, and we found it works really well. So we hope that helps anyone who wants to know how to do this. And yeah, leave a comment below if you've found this video useful. Thanks.